I think what has happened is that the only way you can have this type of confusion is if there is something deeper down. You have already said something like, I don't mind what happens up here if you don't touch down here. You already have something that you're preserving. You're saying, I don't want to bargain with this. This is not up. I don't want to sacrifice this. But everything else, I would say yes and no. But this is the important thing. You've said, no, don't touch this. Don't touch this. So that's why you're saying, I cannot be sure when my yes is yes and my no is no. Because you've not offered this up. When you offer this up, you'll be more clear, yes, yes, and no, when they're needed. I don't want to teach anybody anything. I don't believe in teaching so much. Learning can happen spontaneously, but it is not our intention. I only point out something. Can you teach truth? No, I don't think so. Some teaching is necessary on some level, but I feel that pointing out something is more direct. Because teach, you have to learn. But discovery is immediate. Doesn't necessarily require study. You see. I'm pointing out something. If you discover this for yourself, then many questions are going to leave you. Sometimes it's the mind itself that wants to keep learning and learning and learning and learning. And sometimes this obsession with learning can be, in another way, a kind of avoidance of discovering the thing which is immediate and now. Don't decide to be an eternal student. You may become one, but don't decide to be one. She say, can I combine? Why? Why? Suppose you're hungry right now. Right now you're hungry. So please, can I have some food? Yes. Okay, thank you. You sit down at the table. I said, I have got to go to supermarket first. I got to go to Arik. You're dying.
You have to know how to prepare.
Huh?
First you have to know how to prepare the food.
No, but supposing I already have food prepared already, it's already here, and I say, but listen, I know, you like pasta, no? And I only have bread. Because somehow when you say, can I combine something? If you can have the thing directly, why would you want to combine another thing? If you want to go to Odimira, and I say, I'll take you there directly. But then you say, yes, but is anybody going on roller skates? I'll go roller skates, okay, to right by where Tamera is, and then I get off there, and then from there, I'll hitch a ride, and so on. So why would you want to? I can take you directly. I don't know, because then I think, well, yeah, okay, you already got your roller skate boots on, and you want to roller skate, so this is the only reason why you would not go directly. Maybe there's a feeling that
How we can come to transportation.
how you can come to
Teleportation.
teleportation. Are you joking or what?
No? I mean, for me, it's a real
Give her this thing here. Tell me what you're saying now. You want to teleport to where?
I'm sure that it is possible.
To do what?
To teleportation.
To-
Teleportation.
Okay, to where? To where you want to teleport?
Wherever you want. Wherever you want.
I mean, you are famous for your contexts, and what is the context of what you're speaking? To teleport to where?
It was only coming because you said, I want to go directly to Admira, I can bring you there. Why you have
you
to
missed
learn
my
to
point,
something,
no.
and yeah, okay, it was.
I don't know if you watch a
too-
lot of Star Trek movies or what. I wasn't talking like that. I was making that if you can go someplace directly, why would you want to
Ramana
go to
Maharshi.
different way? Yes.
Ramana Maharshi
Yes, yes.
also made it,
So
and
what?
Satya Sai Baba did it
Do
also.
what?
So many.
They didn't do it.
Okay.
They did not do it.
So how?
They did not do it. The consciousness took that form. They did not in the flesh necessarily do it intentionally. I have appeared in 2 places, people have told me. I don't remember doing anything at all. You understand? Okay.
Okay.
So nobody did it.
Yeah.
If you have a love for me, and somehow you are somehow in jail, and something you say, please, would you please help me? I might appear to you. Okay, it can happen like this.
Okay.
Another person says, they are getting in an accident, and somehow something happened there, and they say, but wait, that was on Tuesday the 19th at 5 o'clock. It was the same thing for me. Okay. And then you say, Muji, which of these 2 places did you come? And I said, I didn't leave here at all. I'm here. I was here having my soup. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. I don't think Sai Baba was sitting, I'm going to teleport or something like this. It spontaneously happened. It can happen as well too, I have to say. It can. But it doesn't necessarily start with the intention. It usually is as a response to. You follow? It's not usually, Master is not intention, I want to go and demonstrate this to anything. They have some impulse happens inside, and something says, okay, I need to go to this moment for a moment. And something may happen like that. Okay, I read that, yeah? Thank you very much, thank you. I get some little letters again, and sometimes maybe I can see, get a chance to address a couple of them, unless someone wants to. Okay, here is one. Dear beloved Muji, this last year I was a student of A Course in Miracles. I know now that there is no other will than the will of God. I put God in charge of my life, and that's when Jesus guided me to you. I saw a lot of your teachings on the internet. The moment I saw you, it felt like coming home for me. I see in you the living Jesus, Buddha, Krishna. I am forever grateful to you for all your teachings and love. I know my projection, but, big but, it seems I can't get away from the most ugly one, my fear of rejection. Okay, I know it is nothing. Who is rejecting me? No one, but my ego, my personal little self. I am not this. Am I so pig-headed and stubborn? Am I so addicted to pain? Please help me, dear Muji. Please bring me home. With all the love in my heart, Sylvia. Sylvia. I know my projection, but it seems I can't get away from the most ugly one, my fear of rejection, you see. I would ask a question like this. Who is having this fear of rejection? Is it the body? Is it what you will call your mind? Is it your self, the pure self, or the being, the beingness, the awareness being? Or is it a combination of the beingness and conditioning? Anybody will say. Who is suffering fear? Any fear, any desire, any sense of trap, any kind of overwhelmingness. Later she says, I know it is nothing. From the most ugly fear is my fear of rejection. But you can substitute rejection with a fear of loss, a fear of not being good enough, a fear of whatever it is, whatever people have fears about. So it's not just about what the thing is, or fear is especially about rejection. I know my projection, but it seems
It's about rejection.
oh, come on and sit down over here for me, please.
I was wondering while you were saying that the fear of rejection is the same as all other fears. I was feeling that it's not the same, at least for me, because I also have that fear of rejection. And I was feeling that the fear of rejection is perhaps worse or different in the sense that it touches the sense of identity. That's what I was feeling.
Is there any other fear that doesn't function for identity? What is it?
She will survive, but unless you will also have to build the vehicle.
Huh?
This is a joke. I mean, it's not the body. Hopefully that will survive for Sylvia. Her body.
Their body will survive.
Some mind thing. Unless that you are breastfeeding her.
I put so on. Okay, I know my projections, but it seems I can't get away from the most ugly one, the fear of rejection. Okay. The reason why I say we could be other things we can put there so that other people can substitute what I'm going to tell you about it. Because sometimes we speak and somebody go rejection, oh, that's not my problem. My problem is not rejection. My problem is desire. So I wait till he talks about desire. No, actually, everything is about you and the potential inside. No? Because one beautiful person say, I may not like everyone, but in a way I am like everyone. Because whatever they say, at some point I've been there a little bit. So it does good. Sometimes the mind itself is saying, okay, that's not my problem, so I just, right now I just chew my fingernails or whatever while he talks about that. I said, no, bring your attention to this. And you may substitute the particular troublemaker and say, yes, actually I have a similar kind of something. There's something that is still a trouble for me. And I said this because I wanted to say something, a rejection. Now, I know it is nothing. Who is rejecting me? No one. But my ego, my personal little self. You see? I know it is nothing, that all of this fear of rejection is nothing. Who is rejecting me? No one. But my ego, my personal little self. I am not, underline, not this. I am not this. Am I so pig-headed and stubborn? She's asking, is it because I am pig-headed and stubborn? Am I so addicted to pain? Please help me, dear Muchi. So, am I so addicted to pain? You see, are you fear of rejecting me? Are you doing any of this? Are you doing any of this? You see, wherever this may have started from, maybe something in childhood or whatever it is that comes up. First, I would say something. When you have something as strong, in India we call this like a vasana. Vasana means deep-rooted tendencies. Sometimes the word samskaras also is used. The tendencies, many things you can ignore. You can turn away from them and they begin to reduce in their power. But some things you cannot turn away from them. Wherever you turn, they seem to be in front. You turn, you go like this. How are you going to get away from this? And then for this, the method of self-inquiry is the most direct and the most potent. And I'll talk a little bit about that. If you have something strong like that, and then I would say, first of all, don't look for any remedy for it. And don't use self-inquiry like a kind of painkiller to get rid of the pain. No, it is more a light that will reveal something and put things back in the correct perspective for you. If you have such a powerful fear, and especially when it is stirred up and you can feel it in the body energetically, you can feel the fear and you feel the mind is shaking and feeling, oh my God, I see people like this. Even here, so something comes up and I see them like this. So I said, why don't you do some inquiry? Do it. Don't just sit there like cold turkey. No, do it. How you do it? So now we take this one, like the fear of rejection. First of all, what is the details of this rejection? You see, the rejection of what? Rejection, what it means. I feel the rejection when I'm close to people, say for instance, I get very close to them and then I start to get a bit attached, then I feel that rejection is coming. Or I do the best I can to be the best wife or the best friend, but it doesn't stop. At some point they start rejecting me. Then I may talk to people like this and say, well, nobody's attracted to somebody who's desperate. If you're desperate, people just abuse you. They know what you want. They can say the few things to get you, soft and tender, then they take what they want from you. Nobody's attracted genuinely to someone who's desperate. When you're desperate, I'll do anything that you stay with me, I'll do anything. This is not attractive. Nobody wants someone who is desperate. If you're desperate, it's better you go someplace where you can learn to be alone and get good. Come to satsang, actually. So, you analyze it, you say, yes. The fear of this rejection is coming from this thing that I'm really afraid. I'm afraid to be alone. I always feel I need someone. So I always end up with the wrong kind of person, which it happen like that, who abuse me, and I can't let go. You see? So I say, okay, now you look at this feeling, this fear, then feel it. Don't try and find distractions or go to the movies or nothing. Just feel it. Let it happen. Don't try and stop it. Let it feel the feeling first. Now, try in that moment to be as neutral as possible. You probably won't succeed, but at least I'm pointing you to just be as neutral as possible. Don't feed it. Don't push the story too much for the moment. Find out who is actually suffering the feeling of rejection. You may need to write it down on a piece of paper. Because when you're beginning to zoom in on the things that really matter to your life, sometimes the mind just throws some smoke and you can't see what it was. You start to throw stones in the bush. You start to look and then you forget where you're looking. Strange thing. So first you find out now. Okay, you use the fear as a smell, psychic smell, to try and find where the fear is coming from or who is suffering the fear. So see if you can identify the root of the sufferer itself. Can you find the sufferer of the fear? And don't assume anything. Don't assume. Actually find. Who is suffering the fear? Unusual question. Nowhere, no one will ask you this. The doctors, psychotherapists are not going to ask you. Who is actually suffering the fear? See if you can identify the point, where the place where the sufferer lives, if there is a sufferer. And you must do this. Don't say, oh yes, I know. No, don't know. Discover. Look. And be quiet. At this point, you're likely to be asking, sorry, what's the question again? Because your mind will keep forgetting what is the question. And you know why? Because there's a force inside us that does not want you to discover the truth. It's like there's a force inside, the enemy inside. It looks like that. That is trying to keep your mind and your full being focused only upon your physical existence. To keep you in the position only of a person, which is a mode of consciousness. So this is the force you're going to meet. And when you begin to look, turns the light out, the screen, you can't find. So if you feel this thing, know you're really onto something. So that's the first thing. Can that be seen? Can that person be identified? Don't try and stop the fear, make the fear. Even try and wake up the fear, because suddenly the fear is going to start reducing. The feeling of rejection is going to start going away. Like, wow, Mooji, it's going away. Yeah, no. Call it back. Call it back. Don't let it go. Call the fear back. Something you've never done before. Usually you're very grateful. Oh, yes, it's going. No, call it back. Say, no, I need you to find the one who is really suffering. So keep looking. Who is the one who suffers? And like this, something neutralizes the whole of that psychic acidity. Keep doing this. When it goes, try as much to get it back. Then welcome it again. Please, you can come anytime you want. Any time of the day you can come. Yeah, like this you will do. And gradually something grows inside, a new power. A power which is growing without fear, to look at these things. And this is how you remove the footprints of these psychological forces from out of your psyche, out of your mind, like that. So, am I so pig-headed and so this I? Let me tell you something. The egoic mind cannot intimidate the pure self. It cannot intimidate the pure self. It can only intimidate the idea you have of who you are. Your self-image, which is not you. And in a way, in the big picture, it is a good thing, because it means that it helps you to move on from the position of living as a self-portrait to find the thing inside you which is free of this kind of molestation, to go more deeply into your true nature. You see? So I hope there's somehow we have looked at that. You were saying, why am I so addicted to this I again? This I that you're referring to, you must find out, what is this I? The one that says, what is it that I love pain? Is it really that I'm stupid? This I is a mixture of beingness and ego identity, conditioning is speaking, not the pure self, and not the mind by itself. Mind by itself cannot do anything. It must combine with an idea you're having of yourself. Who are you? You are the consciousness itself. When the consciousness combines with an idea of itself, an idea, an identity, or conditioning, then it becomes this kind of self-image which is likely to experience insecurities, fears, all of these projections. So, Sylvia, this is my response to you about this. How are we doing here in time? 4:39.
Can I say what
Speak in this one.
The eyes I observed when I felt the one who had the fear of rejection, I saw two ones. One eye that wanted to belong and to be accepted,
Yes.
and the other one who had created a self-image that wanted to be that,
Yes.
and which felt it was not. So it was the self-rejection that Sylvia mentioned. She
Yeah.
says, nobody rejects me but my own ego. And there I saw, I was rejecting myself because I had an ideal self, which I felt I was not, so I rejected this one.
Okay. So these are the two selves that you see. And who is the one that is seeing both of them?
The real self, yes.
Would the real self have any such
No.
emotional concern with two other versions of itself fighting in the balloon of its projection?
Yes, they are thoughts, as you say. They are just passing thoughts. These
Sometimes
two
they're not
eyes.
just passing.
They are recurring thoughts.
Yeah, sometimes if they were passing, okay, why? Okay, not passing. They're coming for a night over.
Yes.
They are not just passing, not just tourists. They're stopping over for, weekend.
Yes. And
Why? Why are they stopping?
Because something is missing, and that is the question I really wanted to put.
That is the thought. Something is missing. That is the thought. The thought says, something, I need to look at this. Something is missing and I need to get a hold of that. That is a thought. A very, very expensive thought. Because that thought, believed in, is going to slow you down and create a lot of psychological nastiness around you. But do you have the strength, so to speak? Because something has happened and is registered in consciousness that gives significance to these thoughts, and then you bring them in and combine them with yourself, and they became part of your kingdom. You see, now with understanding these things, it may help. For some people, it's just cast it off. But for others, like yourself, sometime you may continue having this relationship. Because the belief that I'm onto something and I'm working it out maybe is very engaging for you. But for another one, they could just flush it off and now it's finished. Because for years I was deluded by this thinking. Now I see it's a thought, it's done. For another one, yeah, it's a thought, but wow, it's such a thought, man. And there you go. Now, the principle which we call a sage or a jnani or something, who knows about these things, they're aware of them, but now they have no power at all. They have no power at all. Like in the night you can see the moon is beautiful, bright. Sometimes, like I say, in the daytime when the sun is in the full power, sometimes you can still see the moon in the daytime, but it has no significance for you. It's not attractive for you. It has no power. In the same way, when you come to full understanding, these impressions may be there, but they're like the moon in the full sunlight. They have no power for you. In order for them to have power, you have to again pick up a self. You have to become a self again. You have to shrink down into being this person again. And infuse some belief and identity with it. Then the disturbance, you can cook up a disturbance for yourself. And that's more easily said than done, because it's very easy that these things, like a reflex, it comes back again. Like someone say, phew, one moment is blown away, all this thing. And then somehow something comes and it seems to bring back all the old patterns. The old regime of thinking is back up again. I didn't vote for it, but it's up running again. How to get rid of this? You see, when your own self becomes your purest fascination, everything else is gone. when the self begins to fall in love with itself again, the egoless self, then all dualities become unicity for you.
I trust that what you are saying is true, and it's part of me. I trust. So a part of me is basically okay, because what you are saying is that things happen by themselves and that we don't have to worry.
No, that's not quite what I'm
No.
saying. Some things happening by themselves, and some things you have to do. You have to have the sense of doing. If you have the sense of identity for a while, you must follow the instructions. Not, oh, well, I just let it go and then it just happened by itself. Because you may say that, but what will happen by itself is your old patterns will keep happening by themselves. You see, it's not that somehow you know the truth now, that the world just happened by itself, and suddenly the beautiful happening by itself just happens by itself. No, because your habits, which you learned, are the more predominant, and they will have a more stronger sense of reality, and they will just keep happening by themselves. Just happening by themselves, you see? And then you say, well, it just happened by itself. You see? Then you may meet some beings whose radiance feels more powerful. And then you may ask, what's like this? Then they may tell you also this, that you cannot just take this out, let's just leave it, just let the mind be. And say, no. First you do a little bit of work. Sometimes everything is there. The car is there, the wheels are there, the gas is there, everything is there. But the battery a bit flat. You turn. So it's not going to start. You need to push start. So then we have to push, and it takes effort. And you have to know when to, what gear to put it in, and when to fire up the ignition. Then push, and then when it does this, then you can stop pushing. But while it's not biting, you have to push. And that push we have to make a bit, because the mind is fallen away from its natural mode, which is to be in harmony with the self, and is functioning like an independent entity. It's become a little devil. So somehow it has to be turned back the other way. You have to make a bit of effort to kind of keep being clear, because the tendency, the reflex, is to go back again into the habit of identifying as a particular kind of entity, and that creates all this mischief. So with a little bit, then somehow when the ignition fires up, meaning what? It simply means that somehow you again sense, the vitality of real seeing, rather than the apathy of just being same old Joe Blogs. No, something kicks in, and the vitality of seeing brings again oxygen in the beingness, and then somehow the attraction, the power, the urge to kind of complete your sadhana comes. This is the kick of grace also.
Yes, and in a sense, all these people, like this one, they are all different, so they all need to navigate between what I feel in my case to be the two extremes of being too complacent or being too strenuous in the efforts.
No, these people must come to satsang. These people must find a sangha somewhere and go and get advice from a liberated teacher, because you can't do it on your own. Oh, your ego will tell you can't do it on your own. They're only going to tell you this. I can read the book, I can follow it on the book and do it. No, you need to be in an environment of sangha that give you the support, that can look at you and see, haha, you're bullshitting yourself again, aren't you? You see, why are you doing this? Come on, and steady, and feel the bite of your own play, which you don't think is a play, and can steady you again. So, whoa, and like this, and then you begin to feel the real bite, Not kind of, I just need to do a little bit more of this and so on. No, sometimes you will be set on fire, and you have to whoa, and to come out of that, because for a while we've been absorbing all these negative associations, and they find their little niches. Everything find its little spot somewhere inside, and to get these little duppies out is not the easiest thing. Only in the light of awareness or in the presence of a master. They can't hide. They start to screech. Little gremlins come out.
But what I felt, and that's what I told you at the end of the retreat, and that's what I cannot force myself, besides questioning who is the I who would force, is that I don't feel to be so loving. And that is still a question and a sort of, because basically I say that things are okay in the sense that I'm
but
not
things should not be okay. Your life should not be okay. Your life should be sparkling, not okay. Okay is what a survivor say. Life is okay. How are you? Okay. No, your life's not okay. A Buddha's life is not okay. Krishna's life is not okay. Ramana is not okay. They are KO. You understand? They knock the nonsense out of themselves. Not okay. So when sometimes something will say, I can see the rest of my life, it's kind of fine, but it's just the love part is not working. And why the love part is not working? Because you put up for okay. Okay is not good enough for anybody's life. You have to discover or unclothe your own Buddha self, your own Christ consciousness, your own Shiva being. It's not okay. You see. Okay is what you settle for.
Okay was the conclusion, let us say, I reached after the retreat, the silence retreat, in which I felt, okay, I have seen all these people. They talk about 60% enlightenment, 90% being almost there. You got it, the dog didn't get it, but all these conversations. So I came to a certain peace of mind saying, I don't worry, I just do my work and I call it okay. I'm not worried about getting enlightened, but perhaps I should. You see, it's
I would like to throw in a fire. Off with your head. I would definitely like to have you.
Please do
in my little space. Because you are someone who needs the shit beaten out of you.
So be that.
Is it? Because actually, this kind of is not. I would want to, and I do, out of my love for you. I throw you in the fire. I put your head under the water and hold it. Then when you come up, then something will be not okay.
So be that.
Yes. Don't spend time telling other people they're like this. No, you don't know anything about anybody. Don't know anything about anybody at all. You don't know. Nobody knows anything about anybody. Even yourself, you don't know. So this kind of thing, I would say, just bring yourself and turn yourself in. We'll take care of the rest. Huh?
What do you mean?
Because it will take maybe more than a little bit, a few hours somehow. Sometime I say, okay, you come spend, give me 5 days with you.
Thank you very much. I would be very grateful. I feel that is. I'm very.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, we're pretty much there for today. I feel somehow the easiest thing, in a way, is to carry on where you are doing. Little people, little life. Easiest thing. Because the whole of this life seems in somehow conditioned to be mediocre. And you can be mediocre with a palace. You can have your own submarine. And mediocre. And most people put up with mediocre. You see. But I don't put up with mediocre. Then I have to have around me the cream. Because enough mediocrity. And what is the cream? Is the one who decides this life is for freedom. I'm sure it cannot be that we are here. This is a tremendous existence. A mighty existence. Anyone with a little bit of sense even look up in the heavens and see even one star. You have a sense, a little speck in the universe. Gives you a little clue about what all of this is. And you cannot you cannot even come to a small part of it. And we are in it. We are not imitations of life. We are life itself. What is the height of the possibility of the human experience? To come and earn some money and to have a family and, like I say, marry a good cook and have a beautiful home and yeah, these things are not wrong. They're fine. They're there too. Enjoy. But don't set this as your goal. Beautiful as it is, children, not enough. Husband, wife, not enough. Lots of money, all the money in the world, not enough. All the fame, not enough. All the power, many beings have come out. All the power, that kingdoms. What we are calling now other countries were one part of one kingdom for one person. It was not enough. It's not enough because at the end you are just food for worms or the fire. If all you know of yourself is that you are flesh and blood and personality, then this is you missed your opportunity. Uncountable number of beings have walked on the face of this planet. Uncountable, trillions upon trillions of beings. None of them are here now. Now it's our turn. We have not yet gone. And to use the power, the ability, the capacity, the potential of the human form to awaken to something, some part of us is indefinable, unconquerable, undying, unchanging, untouched, unblemishable, imperishable. To live life, to be in life, and to not know this is a little bit inauspicious for me. To know yourself only as personality to person. Everything you know about yourself is perishable if you've not awakened to the truth. Everything you know is perishable. You are imperishable. If you have not completed your own sadhana, then something continues in you because it cannot die. It just takes another shape. It will continue shaping up. The body is a time body. It has a time of birth. It will have a time of death. Your mind is the only aspect of ourself, our personality mind, that you can say is subject to reincarnation. It's the mind that reincarnates, not the body, and not the pure self. The pure self is untouched. The chance, the highest opportunity of the human existence is to discover this imperishable self and what you refer to as yourself, that they are one. Just this. All your money is worth nothing. by itself. All of it belongs to consciousness. All of it is the possession of the waking state. And nobody can purchase the waking state. Nobody can own the waking state. All your aspirations, all the dreams are in there. So, stop fooling around. Something compels you to come to places like this, because other places don't quite satisfy. There's an urge inside to know something. You must find out what is it that I need to know in this existence while the candle of this body is burning out. You have to find this thing which doesn't extinguish that which is timeless. This is the opportunity. That is the game also, I would say. Because that which is not panicking for you. It's not going, oh, more, they're dying so fast, I better try and wake up. No, it's not. It is beautifully perfect. It is playing as the one who is in time. And the one who is in time is also have the same source. It is sourced in that. But in its feeling being, it has a lot of terror which we pick up through the mind and through conditioning. Consciousness, the supreme, the all-knowing, itself is playing as the partly knowing, as the partial knowing. The one who is complete is playing as the incomplete in searching of the complete. Something must wake up to this. For the next many Sundays, I won't be here. In fact, I cannot say I'll ever be here again. I cannot say this thing, and I won't. I cannot say I'll ever be here again, or that I'll be here tomorrow. I cannot say that. It's not my business to say. But we're here now. And I'm pointing to now. I'm not talking about freedom in installments. I'm talking about what is now. What can you grasp now? But something in us is very lazy. You want everything, but you're willing to give very little of yourself for that. And I'm not confining this to this room, to all the people, all of you who are listening. The same advice I give you. Something has called you. That is the power of the self. It is inviting you. For some of you, it is compelling you to look into this. Not because it is urgent. It is not urgent. Time is nothing for it. 1 billion years is nothing for it. 1 billion years ago, it is just as it is now. Perfect. It is not going to improve. It is ever perfect. You see? It is us also. We are it. But until we know this deep within our heart, you are still a creature of time. Bound by time. Born in time. Live in time. Die in time. But what I'm speaking about and what I'm speaking from is the timeless. Come.
You spoke about the effort, our effort. So I'm asking you, for me, what should be the effort? Here and now.
Let's see first of all if effort is required. Let's see if effort is required. For some, effort is required. Let's see if it's really effort. And the effort must be combined with some urge, you see. when I say you and when you present yourself as you, who or what precisely you mean as you when you say I? What is the content of the I that you say? Who are you?
I'm the presence.
Yeah, the presence. All the time you're the presence? In deep sleep are you the presence? The best thing you can say is in the waking state, you are the conscious presence somehow. You are the deity of the waking state during the waking state. But in the deep sleep, who are you? Are you less you? Who are you? The waking state, dreaming state, deep sleep states are states, and they are revolving somehow. In what are they revolving, you see? They alternate. But in what do they alternate? Now you speak of waking state, you speak of, I am the presence. Are you also not the absence also? Are you not also beyond presence and absence also? How you will know this? No, well, not with the mind that you went to university with. There's a thing which is obvious, which is not learnt. It can only be pointed out. You don't know yourself in a conceptual way, not conceptual way. But I ask you, are you not the one who is aware? Can anybody answer this question? Do you know that you are experiencing the waking state and all the effects of the waking state as is portrayed and perceived through the instrument of this one body? Later you may come to know that the consciousness that I am is the consciousness that is in all the bodies. It's the same consciousness. Will I know this intellectually? I don't know what intellectually mean. Either you know or you don't know. I know intellectually. No, you know or you don't know. You say, I know I'm the presence. This is beautiful. To reach a state of presence, because for the most part, for most sadhana, most spiritual exercises or so on, is just to get the consciousness from the mode of being a person into presence. That is what spirituality is. Because the consciousness has fallen into this mode of being a person. I am Jill, I'm George, and with my own defense mechanism, my own sense of values and all of this. And not seeing that that is a made-up identity. So spirituality is to help the consciousness to elevate again back into the state of presence. Presence means that there's a natural feeling I am. But this I am is not a man or a woman, it's not no religion. It is just the sense of presence, and it is perceiving. It is automatically self-aware. Just, it's I am existence. When you say I am, it means existence. Am means existence, to be. To be, I am. Now the I am has been mixed with time and parents and friends and all other things. And I am the body. And so it creates this dimension of I am this person, which is a gross contraction of consciousness, which is not a mistake, actually, because it is an intention, a design of consciousness to model itself in the limited role of a person for a while, and to expand beyond the consciousness of a person until it is in the state of presence. Now she says, I know I am presence, meaning that I know myself as the consciousness, which is earlier than the formation of the idea that I'm a woman, I am Portuguese, I'm Jamaican, I'm Brazilian, I am this, I'm that, I'm English, I'm a meditator, I'm a yogi, all before any of that. All of those are secondary. Now I've come to the consciousness, simply I am. I'm aware of these other labels and roles of being a father and a cousin and so on, but they're very superficial. And they are functioning automatically. There's no deep attachment to any of these functioning. I don't despise them because they're also the play of consciousness also. But now I am not living under the law of such a limited book anymore. Now I am the awareness of that book and its play. I know myself as a sense of presence. But the state of presence also will rotate in a few hours. There will be no I and no you, and no religion, no belief, even superficially. There will not be even any God, no belief, no demons, no heaven, no hell, in the deep sleep. And all the beings go into deep sleep. Is it a shame? Would you rather be experiencing 24 hours a day? No. Life is beautifully organized that each being, each species, according to its own intention and design, will have the cycle of sleep. Some will sleep for only a minute. Some will sleep for, now it's winter time, some will sleep for the next, 6 months without eating any food. Some, the vital breath will slow down, and maybe 1 breath a week is needed only to keep the functions going. Each according to the needs that the design of the instrument, the functioning of the life force will keep the bodies awake and will raise again in the seasons according to the time for their dynamic manifestation, and movements will come again. All of this is already set in place. And perception of all of this takes place in the waking state. In the dream state, there's some altered, and some of the subconscious impressions and so on will take form for a few minutes or hours, to also because they have to breathe out as well. And then they'll come again and go into the deep sleep. And the deep sleep will happen, so to speak, where there's no happening. Also sometimes the consciousness is there because we know we enjoyed deep sleep. But you have no report about it. There's no story about the enjoyment of deep sleep. And then somehow consciousness is present again. Sometimes in the deep sleep, you may get out to go to the toilet in the night. Does somebody have to wake you up? Hello, remember to pee-pee? No, nobody have to remind you. Somehow in the consciousness, the body informed, somehow you get up, you go to the toilet. You don't need identity to go to the toilet. You go to the toilet, you come back, you go to sleep, no identity. Wake up also, sometime wake up, no identity. Functioning is happening, no identity. But something will trigger identity again. And then, the functioning world of duality and all of this will come back again into play. Isn't there a seeing of all of this also? You don't have to answer this question in one thing. But I am opening a door of reminding and remembrance to reawaken these powers inside you, to again recognize and to acknowledge and to enjoy the powers of life. Don't know anything, don't aspire to know anything. I say this to you in secret. I wish that nobody else who is not ready for this should hear this. You come to a point where you have the vital force is helping you forget everything. And yet enjoy everything. Be with everything. But now don't learn about things, because the knowledge was only superficial. It was only while you're in your caterpillar stage, when you addressed yourself only as a person. You're only a caterpillar being. Now is your butterfly time. Now you must begin to know yourself as the supreme presence itself. Then something else will happen beyond even conscious presence. The supreme, the unalterable, the absolute awareness, about which nothing can be spoken. No book is written about absolute awareness. This book has no pages. You cannot learn your way into nothingness. You may be inspired into nothingness. You might be thumped into nothingness. You might be shocked into nothingness. You might slip away into nothingness. And all your fear will go, because you will see that in nothingness everything appears, but only appear. It's not is. It's an appearance of isness. When we speak like this and contemplate like this, your mind easily slides into the state of pure samadhi, of emptiness and grace. Something may feel, oh my God, I'm losing my fixed boundaries. Yeah, lose them. But the fear that to lose everything will turn you into a fool is one of the mind's great tricks. We seem to have everything. We're still fools. You cannot have nothing. You can only be nothing. But don't tell anybody you're nothing. And don't give it to your mind. Otherwise, his mind is going to try everything to be the greatest nothing. Because that's what it does. I am really the great nothing. You see. If you've listened with that open space, then something will begin to act upon your own heart. Your internal programming will somehow be soothed and somehow embraced by this, the grace of the self. Your place is really just to say yes. Rid me of ego and merge me with you. The mind wants it wants to write its name on this journey. It wants to say, yeah, been there, done that. But the truth is you've done nothing. This is the privilege of existence. Only the life force has been creating, the Supreme God has been creating everything. Creating through the instrument of the human form. But the human being is not only human being, you see. The thing is, that's the point. The human being is not flesh and blood, it's not the matter. The human being is not Homo sapien. The potential of the human being is the Supreme Being itself. It can discover the Supreme Being. If we were only human beings, my God help us, we're finished. Born in time, live in time, die in time, buried in the earth, and that's it. Our greatness, not our greatness like earned, but the greatness of what is that the pure dimension, the unchanging inside ourselves, is synonymous with the Supreme Being. And the game of existence is to recognize this consciously. Yes. That is the real, that is the life. The rest is only surviving. This is the life. That you are not living life, you are life also. And also the weakness of life as the pure and eternal, the absolute being. But this has to somehow replace the idea we have of who we are. And the idea of who we are must say, yes, consume me. This is the privilege, not the right. Very good. If you embrace with like openness what you have been listening to inside the heart, and don't just give it to the mind, then it will continue to somehow to germinate these seeds, seeds of consciousness, seeds of insight and wisdom, and they will sprout, and they will leaf and flower and fruit. And this tree can grow in an instant also. But certainly in time you see that this principle is active, and is revealing to you, actually inviting you into that synchronicity. I've been using this term a lot recently. It's not to learn, it's not to collect, but to be in a synchronicity, with the oneself. Very good. So, okay, thank you everyone. Anyone is going to come and sing something, a song? Anyone? We can also just sit. You have something? Okay, good.
Replace me with thee. Remove me, that only truth remains. Replace me with thee. Remove me, let me die before I die. Oh, Namah Shivaya. si dan dan da. Oh, replace me with thee. Remove me, that only you remain. Replace me with thee. Remove me, let me die before I die. Oh, Namah Shivaya. Oh, Namah Shivaya. Oh, Namah Shivaya. Oh, Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Papaji ki jai. Shri Buddha ki jai. Shri Christ ki jai. Om Shri Krishna ki jai. Shri Anandamayi Ma ki jai. Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj ki jai. Shri Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar ki jai. Shri Mahadev ki jai. Shri Rama ki jai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May each one, whatever your deepest wish, your heart's most profound longing, may you find complete fulfillment. Those of you who are seekers of truth, may you come swiftly into the pure recognition of the unborn being, and may your light shine brightly. May you expand in wisdom and loving compassion and joy. May those who enter the orbit of your presence be blessed, may find peace. So be it. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.